It was only yesterday I was reviewing Match Week 13 of the Premier League, and today I'm previewing Match Week 14 of the Premier League. Match Week 14 falls midweek, and it's time to go over the games that will be played in the next 2 days. The awesome thing is we've got games during midweek, and then on the weekend we've got Match Week 15. There is so much Premier League action going on, which means there is so many videos for me to make. Obviously this isn't a weekend, so the title of the video is going to be a bit different. Today I've got 10 things you need to know before Match Week 14 of the Premier League. If you do go on to enjoy today's video, make sure to go ahead and click that like button, subscribe if you are new to the channel, make sure you also click on the notification button and become a part of the notification squad. Number 10, Sam Allardyce to Everton. So this news broke today. Sam Allardyce is the leading contender for Everton's managerial role. The Premier League's club search for a new boss has taken a fresh urgency after Sunday's 4-1 loss at Southampton. Everton were all over the place in that game. Allardyce is now 63 years of age. He was an early candidate to take the spot of Ronald Koeman after he did get the sack. The Toffees tried to pursue the Watford manager, Marco Silva, but that has reached a dead end. Marco Silva is doing so well at the moment at Watford. So Allardyce is the man that Everton are looking to come into the club, change the way that the team has been playing, because Everton have been shocking this season. Allardyce has been out of football since leaving Crystal Palace at the end of the last season, so anything could happen. And let me know down below in the comments, do you think Sam Allardyce is on his way to become the Everton manager? Number 9, Palace can jump out of last. I can't believe I'm about to say this, but Crystal Palace head into Match Week 14 of the Premier League with the chance that they can jump out of 20th, where they have been since the start of the season. They can jump out of that and jump into 19th and maybe even 18th, depending on other results. Palace fought back from a goal down to beat Stoke City 2-1 at home on Saturday. The win is still leaving the Eagles at the bottom of the table, but they can push out of that very soon if they do pick up the win. Brighton impressed at the weekend, but did suffer a narrow defeat 1-0 at Old Trafford against Manchester United. So they'll be looking to put in another performance like they did the other day. United got really lucky in their goal, and Brighton just played really well in that game. If they can do that against Palace, definitely a goal will come. Number 8, Spurs can't afford to drop more points. Spurs drop points yet again at Wembley Stadium on the weekend, and Tottenham head to Leicester knowing nothing less than a stunning Premier League win will see their title hope effectively end before Christmas. Spurs followed up the North London derby defeat to Arsenal with an impressive comeback win in the Champions League against Borussia Dortmund, but Pochettino's side faced familiar Wembley woes on Saturday when they just escaped with a 1-1 draw against West Brom. Harry Kane netted his 40th goal of 2017 against the Baggies. Leicester will be looking for the points, obviously, to push themselves up the table, but Spurs on the other hand, they need this. They don't pick up the 3 points in this game, their title hopes could already be over. Number 7, 100 Premier League goal involvements. So this is something I didn't cover in yesterday's video. Harry Kane's strike against West Brom on Saturday was not only an equaliser but a landmark goal for the Tottenham Hotspur striker. It was the 100th Premier League goal in which Harry Kane has been directly involved, taking his career tally to 87 goals and 13 assists. The 24-year-old needed only 128 matches to reach the century, making him the 9th fastest to do so in the competition's history. The quickest player to hit the 100 is the league's all-time leading goal scorer, Alan Shearer, who took a fitting 100 matches to do so. Number 6, Watford can shock United. This is a really nervous game, especially for me, a Manchester United fan. Watford can shock Manchester United, and Jose Mourinho knows Manchester United have little room for error as they travel to Watford on Tuesday night. United were largely unimpressive during Saturday's 1-0 Premier League victory over Brighton, with Mourinho admitting his side are far from their best of late. Manchester City keep on winning, so United have to do so also. A trip to Marco Silva's informed Watford therefore comes at a tricky time for United, especially as the Red Devils were comfortably beaten 3-1 by the Hornets last season. Watford had a really impressive win on the weekend, so they'll be looking to do that again against Manchester United, try and push themselves up the table. They're doing very well this season, Watford, and let's see if they can keep it up. And it's also a test for Watford against Manchester United to see how good they really are. Number 5. Can Newcastle end the losing streak? West Brom host Newcastle at the Hawthorns on Thursday night. In Gary Megson's first match in charge for West Brom, he managed to pull off a surprise result, drawing 1-1 against Spurs on Saturday. The result put a stop to West Brom's run of 4 consecutive defeats, but still leaves them just 1 point above the relegation zone. Newcastle United, on the other hand, have lost 4 games straight, and they really do want to end that losing streak, and they could do so against West Brom. West Brom this season have been one of the weakest sides in the Premier League, but they are playing away Newcastle United, so it is going to be a big ask. Let's see what actually happens. Number 4, Arsenal face Huddersfield at home. Arsenal are seeking to keep hold of 4th place in the Premier League when they face Huddersfield on Wednesday night. A last gasp Alexis Sanchez penalty secured a 1-0 win at Burnley on Sunday to send the Gunners above North London rivals Tottenham into the Champions League qualification places, obviously the top 4. Despite a rocky start to the season, Arsenal have won 4 of their previous 5 games, but their title hopes look slim given they trail league leaders Manchester City by 12 points, and it's only after 13 games. And the Gunners have been playing quite well as of late. The North London derby was a huge win, a really important win at Burnley during the weekend, and if they can do it again against Huddersfield, they're going to look not bad this season. They're going to be in a pretty comfortable position, at least in the top 4, and trying to bring down that points gap between them and Manchester City, who is still in first. Number 3, 2 underperforming teams face off. So what is there to say about these 2 teams? 2 teams that are underperforming this Premier League season. It's West Ham, it's Everton, and David Moyes has lost all 4 of his Premier League matches against his former side, Everton, who are the only side he has faced as a manager in the Premier League without winning. West Ham just haven't been able to put it together this season. Everton also. Both teams have had their managers sacked already throughout this season. West Ham is sitting 18th at the moment, only 10 points from 13 games. Just above them in 16th is Everton. They've played 13, they have 12 points. So if there is a winner in this game, it's gonna be massive. If it's Everton, it could take them 5 points clear from the relegation zone. If it's West Ham, it's gonna be a much needed 3 points. Number 2, can an informed Southampton put an end to City's run? Manchester City will be facing Southampton on Wednesday. A late 2-1 win at Huddersfield on Sunday saw City restore their 8-point advantage over Manchester United at the top of the table after just 13 games. Southampton, on the other hand, have been far from their best this season, but a really good 4-1 win over Everton on Sunday will send the team with confidence to go ahead and face Manchester City. But City are playing at home, and I say it every video, which team is going to put an end to Manchester City's run? Is it going to be Southampton? They're playing away. We're going to have to wait and find out, but the way the City are playing, really, no one is going to put an end to it. We all thought Huddersfield might do it during the weekend, but City always just find a way to win. And number 1, 15th versus 6th. Liverpool head to Stoke on Wednesday evening as the Premier League top 4 race starts to heat up. Liverpool's 1-1 draw with Chelsea at Anfield allowed Arsenal to jump into 4th spot in the table, with Jurgen Klopp's men now sitting in 6th. 14 points behind league leaders Manchester City. The Reds thought that they could have had the win if not for Willian's cross goal that he did score during that game. So Liverpool were well on their way to actually winning that game if they did not concede that really unfortunate goal. Stoke City had a 2-1 loss against Crystal Palace, bottom placed Crystal Palace, and it was a come from behind win from Palace, so Stoke will be looking to hit back in this game against Liverpool. They are playing at home, so they will be looking to at least pick up a point. And that is the 10 things you need to know before match week 14 of the Premier League. I know it sounds so weird not saying before this Premier League weekend with the title, but obviously it's not a weekend, it's during midweek. Let me know down below in the comments, how do you think your team is going to go? If you did enjoy this video, give it a like, subscribe if you are new to the channel, and I will see you all on my next video.